With warnings of a cold snap on the way, there was only one man we could turn to for the weather forecast. He correctly predicted Storm Angus 2 months before it hit Britain, and he warned of snow falling in October, and there was bang on cue.
Well, it's our weather guru, Dave King. Forget your weather charts, your instruments. All this man needs is the plants, animals, and the great outdoors. So, good morning. It's lovely to see you back.
Good morning.
Thank you for having me back.
That's how you do it. I mean, you talk to farmers. You look at nature.
Look at nature. Yes, nature is working 90 days ahead, so it's a whole growing season. So now I can go out and tell you what it's going to do in the spring.
And all of these sort of tips and tricks and things that you use, you've learnt from various people, from all sorts of jobs and all sorts of things, and you've sort of collated it all together.
Yes.
How accurate? I mean, do you always get it right, or?
Well, sometimes it goes wrong, but for the greater, I aim for a minimum of 90%.
That's not bad.
And as you tested me with Christmas Day last time.
I did.
And summer.
Yeah, and you were right.
And Angus and the Storm Angus.
You were absolutely right. Yeah, no, I'm in.
And this is it's 1,000 years old by technology.
Yeah, I know.
Can you predict when we can come and stand out here and actually be quiet?
Oh, well, that's silly helicopters, isn't it?
Right, let's have a look at your top 3 predictions for 2017. First of all, it's in all the papers. Thunder, snow, we're about to start a really big chill. What do you think is going to happen? Well,
we'll cut out all the hyperbole. Weather is a simple subject, so just keep it nice and simple. I forecast this cold spell 6 months ago.
Right.
Everyone said rubbish, 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 it's going to be a damp winter. We've got a cold spell coming now. You've got a warm river here, and we've got cold winds coming from the cold in Europe.
Right.
Which
from
means
Eurasia,
very cold there,
which is very, very cold. You've got a warm river, you've got all those high buildings down at Canary Wharf. Cold air hits warm air, causes precipitation. But if it's very cold, it's going to snow.
What about the rest of the country? Because that's you just want to know whether you're going to get snow in the weekend, don't you? What about the rest of the country? What can we expect countrywide?
Well, for you people in Yorkshire, who are told in December you're going to get a double whammy, and the double whammy is you're going to get cold from the Arctic coming down from the northwest, and you're going to get it off the North Sea from the east. So we all clap our hands, we got that one right.
Yeah. So lots of snow there.
No need to thank us.
But there is some good news, because spring is going to be beautiful.
Spring is going to be the warmest spring for 4 years, and I'm quite confident spring will start on the 22nd of March.
To be precise.
Yes, because the 21st of March is a quarter day, and where the wind blows on the quarter day, it stays for the next 90.
Oh, good. I'm thinking if everyone's got a spring wedding coming up, they'll all be very happy. What about the summer? This is the big one. Barbecue summer?
No, not such a good summer as last year. The best, if you're going to go on holiday in the UK, the first 2 weeks in June are going to be flaming June like we used to have.
Oh, OK. Well, that's good.
Where have you got that from? What told you that?
From the same methodologies I told you that it was going to be good weather the last 2 weeks in July.
Looking at the plants, looking at the birds,
looking at the
growing
plants,
season.
look at the birds, look at the trees, yeah.
So a hot 2 weeks in June, yeah.
OK.
And
then what happens?
And then the 3rd week of June, but it's not going to be the dry, persistently dry summer that we had last year. It's going to be warm, but it's going to be damp.
OK, and then worse is to come, because next winter, if we can think ahead that far.
There's a saying, a hard winter followed by a poor summer is followed by an even harder winter. And that is 600 years old, and that is 100% true. 100% true.
Do you think at the end of this winter we will have said it was a hard one?
Some of us will.
Yeah.
Some of us will. Some country districts have had an awful lot of frost. Yeah. Up in Aviemore, in November, they had 4 weeks of frost every day.
Yeah.
And then they've just had 3 weeks of rain.
So you're saying that if we come at the back of this one and saying that was a hard winter, then we have a poor summer, we're in for an even harder winter at the end of it.
Yes, and history bears this out, because if you go back over the figures, it runs in 15-year sessions, and we can all remember the summer of 76.
Yeah.
And then we had a terrible winter 15 years later, 91, didn't we?
Right.
Well, listen, we will get you back, sure enough, to see whether you're right. I expect you will be. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
See you. No,
Always
it's
lovely
always
to
a
see you.
pleasure.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanking you.